What up, YouTube? Just Staying TV. It's the night, Wednesday night, January 17th. And, something happened today. I got called a nobody by a somebody. You know, all day, I was excited to play basketball. You know what I mean? Like, after work, I have long days. I wake up early. I work out in the mornings. I go to work 9 hours. So Wednesdays usually, like as of late, Wednesday is the only day of the week that I can actually play basketball. It's cold as a mug at night, and I ain't trying to really hoop out there and get sick for real. So I try to hoop indoors. You know what I mean? And Wednesday's my only time availability. Tuesday, Thursdays I work out at the gym after work, and that is time I could use the hoop, but I use that time for the gym because working out is I'm getting better return on my investment. Basketball is just a pastime away from my other pastimes, aka my other hobbies. Uh, I don't play basketball on Saturdays no more because that's the Sabbath, and I want to honor the Sabbath. Meaning we shouldn't work, we shouldn't put our bodies under physical activity, you know, and I want to honor that. So is actually the only day that I can really hoop for real. So today I've been excited to hoop. Couldn't wait to get off work. I left right at the dot. I get off at 6. I literally walked out at 6:01. I was trying to get to the gym fast, and I get to the gym, and man, I only got to play one game, and everybody got tired. They was already there for a whole hour. I only got there, man. I was all excited. Someone told me this to be chill because you know what I mean. Don't anticipate too much, but I did anyway. But I only got to play one game, bro. Everybody left, and I was shooting by myself afterwards, which is cool. But like, I was expected to get like some good runs, at least 2 or 3 games, and you feel me. But there was a dude, man, and basically we was kind of going back and forth because he kept like this basketball stuff. He kept arguing about calls or whatever and saying, man, y'all this and that. You know, I shouldn't have did it, but I called him emotional because he being emotional, man. That was my justification, and now he ain't like that. And granted, he already like I think he missed a shot or something, or like he thought I fouled him or something, and like he said I was cheese, like basically saying I suck, and he don't know me, so like initially I'm taking in that disrespect, cause like if you don't know me, and you feel like it's I to disrespect me, so you really calling me a bitch, you have no respect for me, like I'm not. To you, I'm not threatening, so you can just walk all over me, basically. Like that's really like what he said by saying that. Like when people like disrespect you and and you don't even know them, not saying if they know you, it's hard to be disrespected. But like if you know them and like they trying to joke on you or joke with you or something, like it's not either. You can understand they joking or like they probably mean it, but like they're not really trying to like call you like lesser value, like especially if y'all know each other. But when someone don't know you and they doing that, they really just feel like they don't look at you as valuable. So him saying that, like I ignored it, like I ain't really hearing that. And he just kept talking, like not really to me, but like to everybody on my team. Like I ended up saying like he being emotional because you over here talking about all these calls and shit, but you out here doing this, like you know what I mean? Like I ain't calling him a hypocrite. That's really like where I'm getting at. And and man, he ain't like that. He started. He said you were nobody. He said you suck. He said you cheese. Bro, call me a nobody, bro. And I ain't even like really arguing with him. I'm just going back. I'm just asking him questions. I'm like, damn, I love for real. Like, where you hooped at? And he said, man, I hooped at Mississippi. I do this, that. I'm him. I'm it. Like, he going on that route. And I just let him. I just let her have it. You know what I mean? Now, as I'm talking about it now, like, bro, I shouldn't even said no. You know what I mean? Really, I kept it light. Like, I ain't finna like argue with you, go back and forth. Like, I ain't trying to fight you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying what it is. But I shouldn't have called him emotional, even though he was being emotional to my knowledge. You know what I mean? Like I ain't gotta say nothing. Just being a follower of God and the lover of Jesus, you gotta just let people talk. You know what I mean? Like you just gotta let people talk. But you know, the point is, um, to his knowledge, he called me a nobody. And I take words very deep. In the moment, I genuinely didn't care. But after everybody left and I was thinking about it, bro, I was getting mad. Like, because I don't like being disrespected. Men don't like being disrespected. We're big on respect. But I was getting mad because, like, throughout my life, like, people just felt like they can just disrespect me. And honestly, the reason why now I understand is because, like, God set me apart from others. And people are just automatically going to want to have smoke with you. Like, I've never had smoke. I've never had, like, beef. I've never started no beef. I've never been like an aggressor or none of that. But people always find their way into like try to like disrupt my peace. You know what I mean? And And I understand now. If I understand this back in high school, bro, it would have made my life so much more simpler. I would have had way more confidence in myself. 'Cause I would have known like who I was. But where I'm at now, like I understand that God set me apart, and I'm a child of God. That's how everybody else is also a child of God. But God truly set me apart. You know what I mean? And it's just wild how like it's still happening. Like he called me a nobody. Like and but the funny thing is like I'm a somebody to God. You know what I mean? And so are you. You know, and I wouldn't say it hurt my feelings. It is, but like later on, as I like let it marinate and I internalized it, it made me mad because like I don't like being disrespected. You know, I genuinely don't. You know, you're a nobody. You suck at basketball, but I'm somebody to God. I'm somebody to God. Everybody is somebody to God, you know? And we have to understand as followers of God that people are going to try to scrutinize everything you do. There's always going to be somebody. There's always going to be a hater. People will never stop. Whether you ignore it, whether you tune into it, they're always going to be there, you know? And you're not even going to know who most of them are. You're never going to meet most of them, you know? The bigger of a person that you become in terms of status and stature, it's just the more people are just going to like try to scrutinize, you know what I mean? They hated Jesus so much that they killed him, you know what I mean? Like in that moment, like I was an enemy to him. Like he hated me. You know what I mean? Later on, like and we won the game. You know what I mean? We agreed that we were going to 15, but like everybody else, like on the sidelines, they was waiting for the next game, so they think we're going to 12. So we scored a 12 bucket, and then my team they stay over here like it's game, and like and the other team, including the dude that called me a nobody, he said, "Nah, y'all said we was going to 15," and then everybody like, "Nah, we ain't say that," and then I was literally sitting out like, "Nah, we agreed on going to 15," cause we did, and then bro, dude that called me or somebody, dude that called me a nobody, he said, "Bro, I respect that, bro. You honest, bro, like." Bro, I respect that. Fuck all the other shit. I respect that. He shook my hand, everything. And then he was trying to laugh, you know, everything I was saying after that. Like, you know, he was trying to come around. But, you know what I mean? And basically what he's saying is, I don't like what you said. And I don't like how that made me feel. But, like, I respect you being honest because you're a real nigga. That's really what he basically said, like, by action, you know what I mean? And that's why you can't really like that was me being honest that had nothing to do with him. But also you can't that's why you can't go blow for blow with people. You can't truly like be like a hater because like once you stand true on your principles, like people will come around. You know what I mean? And you don't even want them, you don't even need them to come around, but they just will because people respond to real. You can't hide the real. Um, this guy I know named Caleb is an artist. His name Lakami. Um, he literally he literally said the real is always going to be there, and that's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. The dude that called me, but after everybody left and I was shooting by myself in the gym, man, I had a thought, a prayer, and I sat down. I took off my wave cap, and I just sat there, bowed my head with my eyes closed, and I prayed for the dude that called me a nobody. I pray that he get home safe. I pray that he is along his walk with Jesus, and I pray that he find the drive to strengthen his walk with God and Jesus. Because by him calling me a nobody, and he don't even know me, saying I suck at basketball. Because his perspective, he probably saw me miss like 3 shots. You know what I mean? Like he was making some buckets on me as well. Like you know what I mean? Like bro, I hoop probably like twice, 3 times out the month. Like you know what I mean? So every time I'm hooping, I'm always rusty. And he was good. He's probably better. Like he's probably better than me. Better than me. He's more consistent. He plays more. Like you know what I mean? He has a good shot. Like give him his props and everything. But him calling me a nobody just off like his prejudgment of me, like he assuming I'm like everybody else. So if he felt he's better than me in one area, like then he's just better than me as a person. That's why he felt so comfortable calling me a nobody. This is a split second decision. In half a second, he didn't even think about it. He just said it. You know what I mean? And by him calling me a nobody, it's basically telling me that he's not taking his life seriously. Um, as under God's way of life, you know, under Jesus, because getting emotional and getting defensive and calling somebody a nobody is like deep words. You know what I mean? Because that words mean something. I don't care how people try to play it. You said it. That was in your heart. You know that, and you don't know me. You know, and this is based off face value. It's saying a lot more about him than me. You know what I mean? And that's why. And once I understood it, that's why I bow my head and pray for him. Cause at the end of the day, like he has to get right. As I need to get right. I hope the best for him. I hope nothing happens to him. I hope if he wants to play basketball with his life, I pray that he makes it to the league. Like for real. Like I didn't pray that to God, but I hope that whatever he's striving for, he's great at it. You know, despite that. I know most people would not even have that thought process over someone that they felt disrespected. They'd be like, oh, for that nigga, like forever. You know what I mean? Like forever, you know? And at the end of the day, I just don't like being disrespected, but I put that to the side. You know, I'm getting better at putting my pride to the side for real. Because I really do put my pride aside a lot with people. They don't realize it. But because I've been doing it so well, like people think, they don't know that that's something that I worked on. So they think they be getting over, but they don't understand. I already understand that. And I've been forgave you, and you just never know that. If I just acted like how my, like, if I acted like 100% natural, like truly in my sins and ways, people will understand. The people will know everything about me. You know what I mean? Like I'll just be angry. Like I'll be checking and putting everybody in their place. And you look at that version of me to the version that they actually see in the real world. Like it's a whole different person. But people they get too comfy. They don't know the other side. So they take the real version of you. Well, they take like the improved version of you for granted. They take that as a weakness. You know, and it's just human nature, man. It's just the devil doing his work. You know what I mean? Him calling me a nobody did give me motivation. You know, I have nothing to prove to him, or I feel like I have nothing to prove to anybody on this earth besides like my future family. I have to become the father that is regulating the household and doing everything under God. And I want my wife to respect me. I want my kids to respect me. I want my kids to look at me like I'm a superhero. I want my wife to look at me as someone who can always be there for her and protect her. You know what I mean? And it gave me motivation. Like those words that he said, like as I'm internalizing it later, I will show my city, like who I will become. You know what I mean? Whether they hate on it, I don't care. But I will show people like yes that, oh dang, he did it, I can do that too. I will show these kids that, oh, he did it, I can do that too. You know what I mean? That's why I don't fit in, because I was born to stand out. I've never truly fit in my life. I knew how to blend in, but I didn't know how to fit in. If that makes any type of sense. People who know, you know what I mean? I was like, from the outside looking in, you'll see me with a group of people. Wow, they're having fun. Wow, everybody likes them. But individually, I'm nobody's like first option for a friend. I've never truly had like a best friend that stuck. I've never been like that type. My hair is doing its own thing. I've never really been like that type. I've never had like my own friend. I've never had someone who stayed down loyal to me. I've always had like me or two or three other people, and everybody treated everybody else but me. I swear, I've never been a first option. I've never been that with women. I've never been none of that. You know what I mean? People just stayed in my life for a long time. You know, it'll be real, but until it wouldn't be, then at the end you'd be wondering, damn, like you know what happened to all that. That's my story, my life, and I'm used to that. You know what I mean? And it's like those people who like they love you and respect you, but when shit changes, they don't really know how to go about it. So they just hurt you. They just hurt you instead and leave you. That's what I'm used to, you know. And this is what's gonna happen to you when God sets you apart, because God's trying to let you know like these people aren't for you. These people don't need to be in your life. You know what I mean? And you know, I used to go through phases where I used to wonder like why people don't respect me. You know what I mean? Like, cause I always respect everybody else. I'm not like soft and shrill and docile. Like, why do people find like, is it my complexion? Like, if I was dark skinned, would they do that? Like, I used to feel like that. And a lot of times it do kind of be the truth, though. Like, it's sad, but our people are just like that. Like, our black people, we are truly like that. People look at, like, lighter complexions as weakness. And I used to always be like, I never wanted to change who I was. Like, I loved who I was, but I would just be thinking, I wonder if I look different, would they do that? And honestly, the hard truth is, yeah. Like most times, yeah, it do be like that. It's like, damn, like God, I'm so glad God made me who I am with my complexion and who I am. Like, well, no matter what I look like, I'll be so grateful that God made me look like that. You know what I mean? But I do recognize, like, if things were different, like, would my outcome be different? You know, and it's just funny. And at this point where I'm at now, I just got to let people talk. I've been doing that so well, but there are very few moments where I would slip up and I would like retort to say something back, you know. And then you get judged for that as if that's your whole character from the outside looking in, because people don't know that the work. They don't know how many times you don't let shit slide. You don't know how many times you just let people talk already. You know what I mean? You say one thing and now they think you tripping, you argumentative. It's like, nigga, if I had no filter, I'd have been said so much. You know what I mean? But I'm just so blessed to be where I'm at, and you know, and God bless that, man. I'm so glad it's happened today. You know, I'm so glad it's happened today. I feel so relieved even talking about this on video, man. Man, I'm so glad that happened. I needed that. I needed that. That was some good. Just the fact that when they left, I prayed for him specifically. Like I needed that. I needed that. I needed to show God like what love truly is. You know what I mean? I'm so proud of myself for doing that. And in the moment, I didn't even do it like for me. This is my recollection of is realizing like what I gained from that. But like in the moment, I genuinely cared about him, like for real. And that's what I love. That's what I love. The fact that it wasn't no selfish intent. Like, oh, if I do this, God will bless me. I did it because I knew I should. I knew I was supposed to do it because I felt it in my heart. You know what I mean? If I chose not to do it, then that's wrong. You know what I mean? Because why? Like God brought it to my heart and I chose not to do it. That's wrong. That's wrong. It was brought to my attention. I did it that same minute. Like put the ball down, sat down, wave cap. I didn't care who was looking at me. Took off my cap, sat there like this, started praying for him for a few moments. You come across the video, God bless, and just remember that you are somebody to God. You always will be. You always matter. Your life matters. It really does. Just stay on TV, man.